Hey everybody, it's Levi
And Tasha
from Pine Knot Family Farms. We're down here in the garden tonight, and we've actually got a little cool snap here in Arkansas. It's really nice, and we've kind of had a lot of stuff going on here, trying to convert everything over, getting rid of a lot of the old stuff and putting in some fall crop. Tasha had some pumpkins she wanted to get planted, so
you'll see that in the next video.
A video coming out where we tilled our corn under and planted a bunch of pumpkins, and in the process of doing that, we were putting down the ground cover, and I know she's got a lot of questions and had a lot of questions about the ground cover and where we get it from and what the cost is. So we kind of wanted to go over that with you and give you an idea of what we have and where it's available and things of that nature.
We're here to answer the -- question that we get asked.
Yeah, about the garden anyway. I mean, everybody looks at this, and it has made a big difference in our garden this year. It really has benefited us from the standpoint of the maintenance.
It's been maintenance free pretty much.
Pretty much maintenance free. I mean, it's anywhere that that we have the ground cover, we don't have any weeding issues, and it really has helped, I think, hold the moisture down and take a lot less water, and it's just been a real benefit to the garden this year.
Yeah.
So we're really impressed with it so far. The installation was really easy. Again, you'll see that in the video that Tasha's going to put out later on about us planting the pumpkins. It comes in different widths, different size rolls, so it you can order it to fit your size of area that you need, and so it's really, I don't think of anything negative to say about it so far.
And I mean, it stays pretty clean on top, and it's just, which this year we had already had our tomatoes. We had our tomatoes, pepper. We even had squash in the ground already by the time we found this stuff. So we actually had to like cut holes or slice holes in it and do it different. But normally you would lay it out, and then you would use your, what is that you use?
We'd actually use a 4-inch hole saw and run it in reverse to actually cut the holes. Ben at VW Family Farms, I've seen him do it on a video, and it really works well. You can just put it on a cordless drill and cut a 4-inch hole I know Living Traditions, they actually burn out holes for theirs. So there's 2 or 3 different applications that you can use for creating the opening to plant your plants through, but all of them are pretty simple from that standpoint.
Yeah, so normally you would just have the hole that you burn or you drill out, and you could even if stuff newspapers around in there right up against your root plants if you wanted to.
And we did that in some places, and it kept any weeds from coming up around the root system or anything like that.
We've got pigweed. I don't know what everyone else calls it, pigweed, real bad, but one of those starts up by your tomato plant, and it's 7 foot tall in a week. I mean, it's just unreal.
So it grows really fast, really aggressive.
We did do the newspaper around some of it to keep the pigweed out.
So one of the biggest questions we get is, where do we get the product from? We actually, and the way we found it, we were doing the research for the polycarbonate sheeting that we put on the greenhouse, the clear polycarbonate sheeting, and in doing the research on that, I found the company called BWI, and there were some local dealers here, but they were really, I guess, that cooperative about getting us what we wanted, because it was kind of a special order. So we got in direct contact with BWI, and through the construction company that we have, we actually got set up as a vendor or dealer for BWI. So we've got a drop point here at our actual shop location where they will deliver directly to us.
On a semi-truck.
On a semi-truck, and which we have everything, unload them and things like that with. So,
but everybody don't have that.
Everybody don't have that available. I understand that. So the thing is, with BWI, you need to find, and they have several local vendors. You can get online and call BWI, and they can give you contact information about who the local vendors are in your area. And so you can get in contact with them if you want to order a product through BWI. If you look on the internet, and this company has a lot of products for the homesteading family. They've got a lot of the seed starting kits, the greenhouse supplies of all types and shapes and sizes. Again, we ordered the polycarbonate for our greenhouse from them.
Yeah, I'm going to order all of my pots to start my seeds in this year. They are a lot better quality, it seems like.
So if you can find a local vendor for the BWI, and if you can, and you're anywhere close to Northeast Arkansas, if you need us to work with you, we'll do that as well. Just contact us through our email.
Yeah.
If there's something we can order for you here that you'd like to come pick up from us,
Which,
you know.
it is a minimum. We have a minimum $300 order, and it's $25 shipping. So it would have to be the next time that we ordered,
Right.
which will probably be sometime this winter. We'll probably get all our stuff ready for spring. So we will be ordering, but it's not just order anytime.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so we know that BWI may not be the place that everybody can get it, and we also want to say that we are not affiliated with BWI in any way. We do not get any kind of sponsorships or anything from them. We just want to let y'all know where we have found it. But we have actually found the exact same product through Amazon, and I know Amazon is pretty easy for most people to get. But this product is made by a company called DeWitt, and it is a Sunbelt woven ground cover, and it's 3.2 ounce polypropylene, which resists tearing, puncturing, and weed penetration, and it is striped every 12 inches. The yellow stripe on there is every 12 inches, and that is to aid with alignment of planting and things like that. It's UV stabilized to last in direct sun. I think it said 5 years.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Again, that's our first year to use it, so we're going to see how it reuses every year
after year,
how long it lasts.
Through Amazon, you can get the 300-foot rows, which is what we got, in 4-foot or 6-foot wide. And the 4-foot wide averaged out to 6 cents a square foot. It was $72.79. The 6-foot was $130.39, which averaged out to 7 cents a square foot. You got free shipping. It can be here in 2 to 3 days, I would assume. So we just wanted to let y'all know that it's the DeWitt Sunbelt ground cover, the exact same thing, and Amazon is super convenient for most people. I know we've got a few people in different countries that it's not as easy to get, but
we actually, I mean, buying it through BWI, it may be a little bit cheaper, but again, it may not be as convenient because it is hard to find a local dealer.
And you have to have if you didn't do the dealer, you'd have to have the minimum order and all that good stuff. So I did look on a local box store for the, what would you call it, just the cheap landscape fabric, the stuff that you can see through, that tears easy. I've got it out here in front of the greenhouse. I've got it in front of the house landscaping. I've used it a bunch up until we found this stuff. But a 3-foot wide by 50-foot long row is $12.98. That's 9 cents a square foot, and that stuff is not going to last. You can take your time to put it down, and it is going to disintegrate. It is not going to last. So that's 9 cents a square foot.
Yeah, it's not near the quality of ground cover the stuff that we're using is.
So even if you go with Amazon, and plus you get 300 feet of it instead of 50 foot. So
and you can actually go up on, I know Amazon may not have it, but it does come up into 10 and 15-foot rows.
Through
so
BWI,
15-foot wide, through BWI. So I mean, the product is made in that wide rows. If you thought you had a necessity for it, you could find it maybe.
Yeah. I think next time we're going to order the
15-foot
wide rows is what we're going to put down. And we're still going to use this stuff that we had this year, probably in other places around the farm. We just probably will go with the wider rows and drill our hose for the garden next year. The staples that we use, we did order those from BWI. We got a case of 1,000. And I think they were like $36 for a case of 1,000 of those. But we just use the
6-inch staples.
6-inch staples,
6-inch by 1 inch, and they work really good in this soil that we have.
Yeah, a case of 1,000 through BWI was $34.04, which is 3 cents a piece. And I've got on Amazon, they're about 9 cents a piece. But yeah, just regular fabric staples you can find anywhere is what you stick this in the ground with.
And our assessment so far, the ground cover has been great. We're 100% satisfied. It has really, again, benefited us from the maintenance standpoint. Holding moisture in has really been great. So,
and that's another thing, in the rainwater, it seeps right through it.
Right. We actually water on the ground, and y'all seen the watering video. We have no problem with watering.
I'll link it above.
And so it actually waters really well.
Yeah. And I think that's a huge benefit of, everybody keeps asking, what am I doing with my squash plants to fertilize them? And the only thing that I have done different this year, I've not added any fertilizer whatsoever, is this ground cover. And I think it's honestly because it's keeping the grass out, so the plant itself is getting all the nutrients. It's keeping it cool and moist underneath. It's just retaining the moisture, and I think that's really why my squash plants are, I don't even remember what I measured them at. They were unreal, 11,
huge, yeah.
15 foot wide. Yeah. It's in one of my garden tour videos where I measured them. So that's the only thing that I can think of that could relate to why my squash plants are so massive this year.
So we hope that answered all the questions about the ground cover and where you can get it from and what kind of costs you're talking about. We hope, again, to get 4 or 5 years out of it. So if you break that down, on cost per square foot per year, it's going to be a minimum cost, we believe, in the long run.
We've used cardboard. We went to furniture stores, appliance stores, gotten refrigerator boxes, mattress boxes.
Yeah.
We have cut cardboard, laid it down. It works fine, but the amount of time that you could lay all this whole garden out, it would take us to do 1 row with the cardboard.
Yeah.
I mean, and then the newspaper around it. We've done that, but this is worth its weight in gold. Yeah. And we've literally just had to come down here and water and harvest. We haven't had to weed or hoe, or, I mean, occasionally you might get a little sprig of grass come up through one of the staple holes or something like that. You can just pull it up.
Or around the actual plant itself or something like that.
But it is very minimal.
It's really going to be, I mean, watching the garden videos, if y'all will look at now, the watermelons and the cantaloupe that are normally growed up in grass, and by the time they get spread out, there's no grass in them whatsoever. And it's really, I think, going to benefit those ground cover crops like that really vine out and spread out, and normally there's no way of keeping them weeded out. That's where I think the big asset's going to be this fall, whenever we're the pumpkins that we just planted, the watermelons, cantaloupes, again, the things that really cover the ground that you can't keep weeded out. Yeah. I think it's going to be a big asset there for sure.
Well, and all that grass just sucks the nutrients from those plants, so that's going to help for sure.
Yeah.
I also want to say I'm going to try to get a garden tour video out in the next day or two. I apologize that I haven't got one out in the last week or two. It's been kind of crazy around here. He's not been home the last 2 weeks.
I think I've got to spend one night at home in the last 17 days between all the storm calls. We were in Little Rock and Benton for 4 or 5 days, and then I came home and I had to go to Brinkley, and then turned around and ended up in Baton Rouge for 10 days with the last hurricane that came in. So, which
is not normal for you to be gone away from home at all.
Not that much.
So all the normal chores, like even just feeding the fish, doing the different things like that, has kind of fell on me and the boys. And we've literally been coming down here and harvesting what we can out of the garden, but the day is not long enough to do mine and his chores. And so,
because I have a lot more chores than she does.
No, you don't. But that is why we haven't had a garden video out, or really much videos out, in the last couple of weeks, because it's just been go and get what you can get done.
So we're hoping with this cool spell we get caught up, and we're really, again, it makes it enjoyable when you can come down here and actually not break out in a big time sweat, and the humidity's not very bad. So
the humidity is our biggest problem here. I mean, it's the heat, but the humidity is just unbearable.
Awful.
Unbearable. Yeah.
It's been awful.
So we've pretty much been out in the garden off and on all throughout the day. Even at like 2 o'clock this afternoon, it wasn't bad, because the humidity is probably in the 60s right now.
50 is. Yeah,
and it's been 95%, so that's a huge break for us. It gives the plants a little bit of a rest, and it's nice. So,
well, I think that covers the ground cover and everything that's going on. And,
I am going to leave, I'll leave BWI's website below. I'm also going to leave a link to Amazon. We are affiliated with Amazon, so if you use that link to order the ground cover, just lets them know that you sent us. It doesn't cost you any extra, but I will leave both of those links below so you can go check those out.
Well, we hope this has been really beneficial and a lot of information, I know. And if you have any other questions, just let us know. Again, email us, make a comment below, and we'll try to answer any further questions. But hopefully it gives you a good idea of what we use for ground cover.
So y'all have a good one. Until next time.
God bless.
Bye.